Hey guys, welcome to Antler University, Season 2. It is August 9th today. We finally had a chance to get out and do some work here at the farm today. It's been a tough 2020, obviously, with everything going on, but we're a little behind schedule. But over the next few weeks, we're going to try to really push some content to you guys and help you get started here as the fall is starting to fast approach. Today we're going to be doing some food plots. We're going to be putting out some radish and some turnips mainly today. Those are bigger seeds we like to get in a little bit earlier. So typically, the first, second week of August is a good time to start to put those seeds out. You want those seeds to actually have some time to get some size to them. So if you put them out a little bit too late, they're going to be really small. So we want to get those nice big radishes and those nice big tubers on those plants as well. So we're going to get them out nice and early. We've got some rain coming in this week, so we've got the plots already worked up. We're all ready to go. We're going to broadcast these seeds. They're pretty big seeds, but they grow really easy. So we're going to broadcast them right on top of the ground, and then some of these spots will come back and just roll lightly with the cultipacker, and they'll be good to go. But like I said earlier, this spot here is going to be a radish plot. I love the radish, especially for attraction. Early season especially, there's nothing better than a radish field. So Whitetail Institute's got their new radish. That's what we're going to use in this field here. Do not overseed your radishes. You want to keep them small, maybe 5 to 6 pounds per acre if you're going standalone. A few pounds less if you got it in a mix, but if you overseed those plants, they're not going to have room to grow. So do not think, oh, this is my favorite spot, I'm going to double up the seed rate, because your plants will just get stressed and get too small. So keep your pounds light on these things, but get them out there, get some rain on them, and they should grow. So today I'm going to broadcast this. We're going to have a lone wolf set in this tree right here, and this will be a great little staging area. This is a little kill spot. It's a 1/4 acre, really small, really secluded next to some timber. We've got a big ag field here, and then we've got a destination 3 to 4 acre food plot behind us with some corn and some beans. So it's a great little staging area for these deer to come out. We're getting some velvet pictures here on the cutty backs of some deer, and there's a draw here. So hopefully those deer, especially early season, will work out and give us a good chance. We're gonna get going. We've got a lot of field to do today, but it's a beautiful morning today. It's cool. It's supposed to warm up close to 90 days, so we're going to try to get as much done as we can here before the temperature gets too hot. But stay tuned. We're going to try to pump a lot of footage to you and help you guys get ready for your fall season. Okay, so we just finished upseeding the radishes in this plot right here. Really excited about what this could be for the year. This is actually the exact spot where I killed Heavy 2 years ago. And when we filmed Heavy in this spot, he came out and was actually out in this field for 35 minutes. I could see him, but the cameraman was blocked. We actually have our lone wolf set in this tree back here to my left shoulder. So what we're gonna do this year is we're actually gonna move the lone wolf set and we're gonna put it in this oak. I think we're going to be right in the middle of the game there. We've got plenty of cover up in this thing. We'll do some trimming, make sure we've got some good visibility for the cameraman. But I think if we can move to this tree, we can make sure that we're going to be right in the middle where the deer are going to be. But should be a really cool spot. Hopefully we can bring you some neat footage in this area. But if we can get these radishes to grow, I think this is going to be a killer spot come the 1st to 2nd week of October. Okay, so we're just a couple 100 yards from that last spot that we just seeded. And right here we've got a lone wolf set in this big tree. There's a little fence line here. We created a gap here along these trees. We've got 2 clover edges that come and meet right here. What we did, we've got a big ag field of beans here. I actually mowed a small section off this corner here. Now we're gonna put in some new whitetail destination. So this is a nice blend. It's got oats, it's got peas, it's got radish, it's got kale. It's got some clovery and a little chicory in there. So just a nice mix. Early and late season, it should be good. So I'm going to put this right on this edge and see if we can pull these deer out. This is a real thick piece of timber here. These deer love to stage here. I actually found Twin Towers shed right here on this edge, and I had lots of pictures of them last year. So this is kind of a spot we're going to set up in hopes of getting a crack at Twin Towers. But new blend to try out. Excited to see what it can do. So we're going to get this in the ground and hopefully get some rains and pop it up. All right, real neat spot here down in the bottom. Kind of same thing we have in some of these other areas, but we've got corn and beans here. So I was able to come in and actually plant my corn right along this edge. And then I specifically came in and planted my beans about 30 yards off of that, again, right past the muddy. So we've got the muddy bowl sitting right here. I basically got this little chute of corn and beans coming through here. And then I came in, mowed my strip, dissed it lightly yesterday. Now I'm gonna come in and broadcast. So we're gonna go ahead and do some of the turnips here, tall tine tubers, and then we're also gonna do the radish in here. So only difference between the two, the radish I like to do early season. I think the radish is about the best you can get come October to mid-November. When it gets really cold though, those will actually start to break down, and then that's actually when your turnips come on. So you kind of think in your mind, am I gonna be hunting this spot early? Am I gonna be hunting it late? So in this spot here, we're gonna hunt this early and late, so I'm gonna mix the two together. So I've got the radish early part of the season, but then I'll still have the turnips here for, you know, late season, December, January, and on for the deer to get some food down here. But really neat spot. I love how the corn laid out this year with the corn beans. The transition here should be just perfect. I mean, these deer are gonna walk broadside right past that muddy blind. We've had a lot of encounters here with Super Freak, with Twin Towers, so there's a lot of deer. We've got the G3 buck that beds, you know, not far from here, so there should be 3 mature deer that basically kind of call this home right here. So it should be a neat spot this fall. Super excited. Hopefully we can bring some neat footage down here as well. All right, so we just finished seeding this spot here. Kind of a neat area here. What I did is we have some corn, and we have some beans, and the field is split in half. And the reason I split this field right here is because deer love these transition lines. And what's gonna happen is these deer are gonna walk this corn bean edge, and then I've got an alfalfa strip that comes along this CRP field. We've got the muddy box blind set right there, and so it basically just funnels these deer. These deer will walk like a highway right 20, 25 yards past the muddy, so it's really nice. I came in here, this corn on this edge was, you know, from the trees and stuff was kind of small, and the deer had actually ate most of this off, so we mowed it off. I'm gonna put some radish and some turnips in here, so we'll have a nice green spot right next to the corn, right next to the beans, right next to the muddy. I've got my lanes mowed through here to make those deer walk broadside past the muddy there. We've got the alfalfa, so this is just like the hub of a wheel here. You can just see all the spokes coming off, and X marks the spot right here. So I think this is gonna be a really cool spot come fall, and hopefully we can get something down out of the muddy. So you can see this field here. This is a field that we call point stand. A little point that comes out in this field. We've got the muddy blind set right there. Great little pinch point. It makes those deer actually walk around this point right by the blind. But this is way back kind of in the heart of the farm, and you can see these beans. I mean, we were just down in the bottom, not 200 yards from here. Beans are up to my chest. You look at this field here, and I mean, this is all browse pressure. This is, you know, not that the beans didn't do well, it's just the deer eat this field off. So, you know, I've only got about 2 acres here and high deer density, so it's just tough. But that's okay, because we've got lots of open space, and we're gonna come in. I mowed a strip from the muddy all the way to a lone wolf set we have over here for a northwest wind. We hunt the muddy with a south wind. Mowed a strip through there, so I'm gonna do the radish and the turnip mix down that strip to make those deer walk back and forth. And then I'm going to come back and actually walk this whole field, probably with some turnips, just to give some extra growth here. And then come September, usually about the second week of September, I'll come in, we'll walk this whole field with winter rye. So there'll be some food here, even though the beans aren't going to produce quite as well. Between the beans, the turnips, and the rye, there's going to be a great forage here for the deer all year. Okay, so I'm just going to do this strip here. You can kind of see exactly what we did. We mowed this little lane through here 15 feet, like I said, connecting these two spots. So what we've got here, you've got your bean field. I've got alfalfa that comes all the way around the CRP field. And then in this little pocket, I've got some whitetail clover. So it's doing awesome. This is actually where Brian and I shot our turkeys this spring, but really neat area. Like I said, you can see this point. We've actually dropped all the trees in here, made this little point really thick so the deer can't actually get through there. So what these deer do then, they walk right around this corner. So they come out early in the day, feeding that clover, and then they work their way out as the evening progresses out into the grain field. But awesome spot. This is actually G3's home area. Tons of pictures here, so might be a spot we can catch him. He should be at least 5.5 this year, maybe 6, a little unsure where he's at there, but he should be definitely a mature deer for us, so should be one on our hit list. But this is his core area. He loves to come out here. We get tons of Cuttylink pictures, so excited to see if we can lay our eyes on him in this field. All right, so we're still plugging away on our fall food plots here. We just switched farms. We're actually over at my farm we call the 160 up on this top field here. This is the spot last year where I actually shot the nice tall 8 we call Framer, and then my son Hunter shot his 2 first deer, 2 does in one night right here in this little gap. So really neat spot. We've got a 3-acre field in beans again here that we're gonna leave standing, and then a bottlenecks down and it opens up into this big ag field. We've got corn here in this big ag field. We've got alfalfa that runs around the edge of this whole field. I came in, these end rows were mowed off pretty good by the deer, so I came in and shredded off about a good 1/2 acre here of corn. Came in, tilled it up, got a nice seed bed, and then we just got done broadcasting some radish and some turnips on there. So should be a really neat spot when this greens up. Like I said, it's just a perfect pinch. These deer come right through here. I've got the muddy set up behind me here, and they're gonna be right within 25-30 yard bow range, everything that comes through. So we'll have a Cuttylink camera right here on the corner, and that's gonna be linked up to the cell cam, so that'll send my pictures right back to the cabin and let us know when we've got a good deer walking through here and when we need to come over here and get after it. But we got one more field to go besides this. It's been a good day so far. A lot of sweat equity goes into this. I don't think sometimes people understand it, but the payoff's gonna be this fall when we get a nice deer on the ground. So we're gonna keep at it. We've got a nice breeze. One more field to go, and we'll be all done for today. All right, guys, well, we just wrapped up our last field. This is actually gonna be a new food plot for us. I always had this little clover pocket right here. It's a really neat secluded area. It's kind of back by itself. I mean, these deer hardly ever see any human pressure. So I do have the Lone Wolf set right over my shoulder here. Really neat spot. We've got the big, this is almost a 20-acre cornfield here, ag field. What I did is I came in, and this corner always gets ate out pretty hard by the deer. Real short stalks, there was a lot of grass, so I came in and mowed. I don't know, we probably have not quite an acre here. Mowed it off, tilled it. So what I'm gonna do is create some food just past the clover. So these deer are gonna come out, they're gonna browse out of the timber, work around the clover, work their way off into the green field, and then off into the grain. So it should be a really neat spot. I think we're gonna bring in a new muddy and set it up back here on the corner of the dam. But this should be a neat area to see some deer. We'll get the Cuttylinks back in here and kind of monitor and see what's going on. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get a mature shooter on here early season because it's so secluded back here. But thanks for watching this episode. Like I said, we're just kind of getting going here again. Next few weeks, we'll try to really start pushing some footage. We're going to be doing the Cuttylinks next. We've got a few cameras out now, but we want to get our full systems out. So we're going to show you guys that, walk you through how to do that. By far the best camera system that's out there. It's a game changer. Then we've got to start doing our stand work. Go through and make sure our lifelines are safe, get everything trimmed, check all our stands, and be ready to go. Fall is fast approaching. It's already the second week of August here, and October is going to be here before you know it. So we'll start bringing some good footage to you guys. Be safe out there. Good luck getting ready this fall, and bring on October.